Sip Deepatma, Sip Gigi, Sip Premchandji, Sip Krishna, Sip Parvati Amma, Sip Saroja, Sip Shair, Sip Samatma, Sip Tina, Sip Laveen, Sip Sachin, Sip Ahem, Sip Sagai, Sip Vivek, Sip Surinder, and many of you who are on the call, I welcome you. Today is an open session. It is Sunday, and you can ask any question. Ask AiR means you can ask any question on a life, on spirituality, enlightenment, God, happiness, misery, sorrow, mind, ego, karma, birth, death, rebirth, heaven, hell, purpose, self-realization, God realization, anything that comes to your head. So this is Ask AiR, and let us start. My dear friends, we have got Yogini. Remember, when you start with questions, there is no rush. In the end, every day I'm struggling to close at 9 o'clock. Struggling because so many people want to ask questions. So please ask questions as early as possible. Yogini.
Shivam, sir.
Shubham.
I want to know what bhakti is.
Bhakti is what you'd come and do in the temple. You come to the temple, you pray, you bow down to God, you pray to God, you love God, you sing bhajan, kirtan. It is devotion. Why are you confused about bhakti? Any reason to be confused?
When we pray, are we praying to the sculpture or how? We
Yes.
are not bhakti. We are doing when we do bhajan and all. We are doing inside us, right?
You don't
or
know.
we are seeing
You don't,
outside.
you don't know what you're doing. In bhakti, you don't know what you're doing. You're doing, but you don't know what you're doing. You're praying to a God which you don't know who is God. And you're saying in the prayer, and you don't know what you're saying. Tell me honestly, half the times, do you understand what we are saying in prayer? We don't understand half the times. Oh God, please come and help me, God. Which God? What God? Where God? How God will come? How He will help? What are we talking? To whom are we talking?
But now, since we know it is a power, so we are doing bhakti to that power.
The moment you're on spirituality, your bhakti becomes bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga is through the method of bhakti, you're building yoga or union with the Supreme. Bhakti is different, bhakti yoga is different.
Okay.
So, if you're going to the temple and you're doing bhakti, it's just a good karma. If you're going to the temple and you're doing bhakti yoga, if you're in bhakti yoga, then you're in that
out of karma.
Then you're uniting with Sip.
Then there is no karma.
No. Then you're not doing it as a karma. You're doing it as a yoga.
Okay.
When you're in yoga, you don't create any karma. The moment you're in yoga, you're in karma yoga. There's no karma. Bhakti yoga. You are in union. You become one with Sip.
Okay.
So if you have more questions, formulate. Do you have any more questions? But it seems you're not fully complete. But if you want to ask some more, come back in few seconds.
Welcome. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Surinder, Krishna, Venkat. Surinder, Krishna, and Venkat.
Shivam.
Shivam, Surinder.
Yeah, I wanted to know the difference between self-realization and God realization.
What do you understand by it?
I thought both are same. Basically, once you are self-realized, it means that you also realize the God, because
No.
self
So,
itself is God, right?
Self-realization is I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the ego. I am Sip. I am the soul. I am the soul. And soul is SIP. Are you clear? I'm giving you,
Yes.
I'm giving you on your fingers 5 points, self-realization. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the ego. I am the soul. Soul is SIP.
Okay.
God realization says,
Oh, hold on, sir. Does it mean that I understood what you're saying? So, is it that I have self-realized? It's not that, right?
if you have understood and you go outside and you tell somebody, hey, साला मेरा नाम सूर्योदय है, पता है? देखा है तुमने कभी देखा है ऊपर गर्दन उठाएगा तो मैं दिखाऊंगा तुम क्या है? If you speak like this, means you are not self-realized. It means you know the meaning of self-realization. But your ego is in command of your life.
Okay.
When you are self-realized, it is not only saying I am not the body, it is being not the body. You are saying I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the ego is only knowledge. When you become not the body, become not the mind, become not the ego, you become the soul, and you say the soul is SIP. That is being self-realized.
And how do we become like that?
That is real. That is exactly when you overcome the roadblocks, overcome ignorance. You contemplate. Am I the body? On the retreat this time, we are going to contemplate birth. We are going to contemplate death. You are coming for the retreat, right?
Yes.
You will get the experience in the retreat. You will get it's a 1 hour experience. So you will go through that experience.
Okay.
But even after going through the experience, if you are in mind state, you will not realize. If you are in consciousness state, you will realize.
Okay.
So this is self-realization. God realization is I am the soul. The soul is SIP. I am SIP. SIP is in all. I see SIP in all, love SIP in all, serve SIP in all. Another 5 points.
Okay.
This is the first 5 points. This is the next 5 points. Totally
10.
10 points. First 5 points are self-realization. Next 5 points are God realization.
Got it.
It's like sometimes you go to a building, the lift will only take you to the 10th floor. Then you get down to the 10th floor, you cross the lobby, another lift will take you from 10th floor to 20th floor. Have you been to a building like that? Many buildings are like that.
No, I have not been, but yeah.
Okay, good. So is there anything else? Otherwise, Krishna.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks.
Good question. See, Sunday is the day, Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays, you can even ask very ordinary questions. But Sundays, we have kept an open house. And last time, there were so many questions. We extended open session up on Monday also. So please ask any question. ANYYYYY, any question you like. Krishna.
It's Shivoham.
Shivam.
So my question is a continuation of yesterday's Prem Yoga. So, can anybody experience, sir? Can anybody experience Prem Yoga, okay, without another person?
How?
That is what I'm asking you. If
Cannot.
somebody is completely devotional to God,
Cannot.
Devotional to God, so that means, though you say it is soul to soul, there is a body to body relationship also.
No. The body to body is not there, but the soul can only exist in body now. Without body, there can be no soul, na Krishna.
Yeah. So, it's not confusion, sir. Now, I've never thought utna deeply, kabhi socha bhi nahi. But when you're giving such important topics, abhi na, sir, everything mein, though we speak about Advaita and it is such a liberating thought, it is not coming into a reality in the sense everything mein gyan and agyan hai. Body, aap soul bolta hai, body, mind, ego se transcend karne ke liye bolta hai. And then you say, no, body is required. So everything is like a mixed gyan.
No.
Thoda gyan.
No. You see, this is what the mind does. The mind will come and bring this confusion in the head. What is it? You get Ask
Then
me
आप
from
क्यों
scratch.
Then if the body is required, then why should you say it is a soul to soul relationship? Because a truly enlightened person, when he is a man, he is love himself, he is love personified. उनके लिए एक अलग, it is actually for the seekers, no sir? Prema yoga and all that.
So suppose you don't want prema yoga, don't do prema yoga, no? Be in dhyana yoga, be in bhakti yoga.
कुछ भी हो, आपका first step is नेति नेति ना.
हाँ, नेति नेति फिर नेति नेति हो गया.
ऐसे हो सकता है sir. How to practice नेति नेति then?
You don't have to practice neti neti. You have to realize neti neti. Realize I am not body, I am not mind. You have any doubt, Krishna? You think your mind? You know there is no mind.
I have no doubt. But जो भी आप yoga बोलता है, whenever you say whether it's karma yoga or jnana yoga or prema yoga now, everything में the body aspect is there. Isn't
The
it?
body is the very essence of this life now. Without body, life only is not there now. Body is the container. Body is Krishna. Body is required. Don't let your any thought confuse. Body is just a manifestation. Body is not. What is the body? Body is nothing but soul. But the soul has to come from energy form to tattva form. Unless it comes from energy to tattva, how can this whole leela happen? This leela only cannot happen now. ये लीला कैसे चलेगा Krishna? If imagine my soul loves your soul and there's no body of Krishna and no body of AiR, then who is loving whom?
फिर आप soul to soul क्यों बोलते हैं sir?
Because it is beyond the body. We say soul
Okay,
to
sir. Yeah, agreed. Because I know it is maybe we are unable to realize that. But then can you tell whenever you say 1 plus 1 is equal to 1, what do you really want us to understand?
I want you to understand that the importance of the soul connection transcends body, transcends mind, transcends physical, transcends emotional, transcends intellectual. It goes beyond all this. You drop all that. I'll tell you something. I'll give you a non-connected example. You know, I went for wellness, few days. In the wellness,
So that changed when we see you now.
In 10 days, Krishna, I never had a cup of tea or coffee in 10 days. So what I thought, as soon as I come out of the retreat, what will I do first? What will I have?
Tea.
I left the retreat on Saturday and today Sunday. 2 days I have not touched tea, I have not touched coffee. I can't understand myself. What have I done? I have transcended. I have been able to, impossible. I cannot believe it.
No, but that is more like a training you are giving yourself, right? You are keeping from, and there is a kind of a dispassion, and it's a training, right?
It's not about training. Let me tell you, I have transcended. You know, like for example, for me, I used to eat tandoori chicken. For me, tandoori chicken means how can I not eat tandoori chicken? Tandoori chicken means I would lick the bone. Sorry to say for those who are vegetarians. I had to eat tandoori chicken means it's impossible. Then how did I give up tandoori chicken?
So this was a very important lesson you taught us. I remember when you showed us that octopus and clinging. This is you are renouncing all your clinging to reach that ultimate, right? So
when there's realization, the renunciation is automatic. What is the example of octopus we gave? What example था?
Clinging to the world. For example, then आपको ये कॉफी छोड़ने का जरूरत क्या है?
नहीं जरूरत, अब मैं फिर पीऊंगा. After I overcome, after coffee becomes my slave, I will have again. I must first transcend coffee. See, this is what I tell you. We must be able to transcend. Once we are the master, we can have anything you want. Anything you have. That coffee should not be my master.
But आपके लिए ये सब जरूरत नहीं है ना?
नहीं, बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है. Just a game.
Right?
Just a game. It's just a game.
Okay. So one more thing, when you say 1 plus 1 is equal to 1, especially when there is a relationship with a guru, okay, an enlightened master, you also have to be in that highest state to have that 1 + 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
हम लोग इस level पे, you are at a very exalted level, so never that 1 + 1 can happen, no?
When I surrendered myself to my Guru, I dissolved into my Guru. I surrendered into, which means for me, what my Guru said became the law. There was no if, but, what, why, which. No. For me, what the Guru said was the word of God. That is very high. When that became like that, no Krishna, I became completely in the arms of the Guru. I became in the jholi of the Guru. So that means any mistake I made, he was there. It's very difficult to get that kind of bond. I don't know how I got that kind of bond. But I gave myself up to the master. So then what happens is, sometimes I'm telling you, one day he told me, close the business. I asked him, are you right? Are you sure? He started laughing. Dada said, you shut your business tomorrow. What are you talking? I told my Guru, what are you talking? Then he was shant. Then I shut my business. He told me, go on Talash. What are you talking? What you go with Talash? Then I went on Talash. I got the truth. If I had not listened to the master, if I doubted him, TODD. What's TODD? I told you. What's TODD? What?
Obey and not to disobey.
TODD. I found that it was written by our master here. So it's written, trust, obey, don't disobey.
Trust, obey.
Trust, obey, don't disobey. Todd. Hey, see, I'll tell you something. इस दुनिया में बहुत दुख है. इस दुनिया में दुख है because जो भी संसार में अटका है, oh my God, there is so much unhappiness and so much misery. जो आनंद में है, जो सच्चिदानंद में है, जो समाधि में है, अरे life is so beautiful, life is so blissful. हमें उधर पहुंचना है. हमें we want that state of सच्चिदानंद. Thank you, Venkat and Anand. Venkat and Anand.
Sure, everyone. Sure, sir.
Yes, Venkat.
I have two questions. One question based on what you answered previously. When your guru said, shut off the business, next day you did. Did your mind say, no, I shouldn't be doing it? Second, and also, did you feel the pressure, यार मेरे family वाले क्या बोलेंगे, मेरे relatives अलग, उनके साथ मेरा रिश्ता कैसा हो जाएगा? Did they oppose to that, and how did you face that? That is my first question.
I had 100 questions. You had 2 or 3 questions. I had 100 questions. I had 100. अरे उसके बाद क्या करूंगा? उसके बाद suppose I go into bad company. उसके बाद मेरा family क्या करेगा? उसके बाद मेरा publicity कैसे होगा? मैं इतना famous आदमी हूँ. मेरा क्या होगा? फिर there were 100 questions, and I was not sure whether he's saying right. Actually, I had 2 options. I had option to lease out 80% of my mall and run a business on 20%, or I got an option to lease out the whole mall. And Guru said, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Why do you want to be stuck in this nonsense, rubbish, samsar? Be free. Be free and do what you like to do. Do temple work, do charitable work, do what you like to do. Chodo ye sabhi nonsense. And I didn't believe him. So, I didn't believe him. I honestly, he could see I'm doubting him. So he knew I believe Shiva more than him. At that point, I used to believe Shiva more than I believed my Guru at one point. So he told me, ask Shiva. So I started laughing. I said, how can I ask Shiva? So he told me, when you're doing Aarti on Monday night, put 2 pieces of paper in the Aarti. Shut down the mall or shut down 80% of the mall and do the Aarti. End of the Aarti, you pick 1 paper. Shiva will give the answer. So what did I do? I did the Aarti. When I opened my eyes after the Aarti, from 2 papers, 1 paper was missing. It got burnt in the fire. There was only 1 paper left in the Aarti. And I opened that paper, it said, shut down the business.
So maybe he himself did it through Shiva.
No, see, all these things these are things, there's no logic to these things. Sorry to say, I wouldn't tell anybody to do that today. My Guru had his own style.
But how did your family react?
My family, when I told them I'm shutting down the business, they said, very good.
They said,
I
very
was
good.
surprised. I was surprised because my family said, "Hi, you're struggling from morning to night. You're working from 6 a.m. till 12 midnight, 7 days a week to make your business successful. तुम्हारे को अच्छा offer मिल रहा है, बंद कर दो. अच्छा है बहुत."
So like everything worked out at that time when would you say when the time comes, things will work out for you, rather we have to make it work?
When the idea is not right, God says no. When the time is not right, God says slow. When you are not ready, God says grow. But when everything is ready, God says go. And when God says go, then miracles happen. Miracles happen, the money comes, the problem solved, the people come, the opportunity comes. Everything happens because God said go.
See, क्योंकि कभी कभी मेरे माइंड में ये आता है सर कि I should take a 7 or 8 days of complete time off from family, from my job and everything, and then just like you say, contemplate or do what is this thing, right? I'll just ask my wife or my family कि मेरे को 8 दिन का complete ये दे दो, no contact with me, nothing, phone. पर मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ वो 8 दिन मैं करूँगा क्या, कहाँ जाऊँ और करूँगा क्या?
You ask Govind Mehtani if he's on the call. Govind Mehtani just now finished finished a 5-day retreat in Vevi and came back. If Govind Mehtani wants to share, he's on this call, I think. He took a sabbatical. Govind Mehtani took a sabbatical for 5 days and he went to do nothing. Is Govind Mehtani on the call? Can he share? Govind, would you like to share a little bit about your retreat? Venkat wants to know.
So a very, very, very valid question, because exactly the same question appeared in my mind. What will I do? Because this was a place which I asked actually AiR. I want to go to a place where my mind can become completely still. So he recommended a place, and I went to that place in Vevey. First thing, I had made a reservation to stay there for 5 nights. So I went there with a very clear mind, that, okay, I'm going to be by myself. All my business matters, I had put it on pause for the time being. I had told my office, don't contact me unless absolutely urgent. And, I had put it on autopilot for those 5 days. There were people who could handle even without me. So when I got there, I'm telling you this as a fact. Beautiful place, so scenic, you think it's paradise, you believe you're already in paradise. But my mind started playing with me. First question that came to my mind, beautiful, but me being such a busy person, being so involved in business, what am I going to do here for 5 days with nothing? So I immediately sent a message to my secretary, can you please check the flights? I would like to stay here for 2 days. Because it was such a still place. Time came to a pause there. The only thing there was nature, and the nature just kept changing every minute. So as much I was amazed with the place, I said, but what will I do here for 5 nights? Maybe it's too much. So I sent her a message, can you please check the flights? And I would like to stay here for 2 days, and I would like to move on. She came back to me with a full schedule. Okay, these are the flight connections you can do. What is the next place you want to go to? So I told her, I'll let you know. Then I went down to the concierge. I told him, what are things that we can do here? And he said, you can go to this place, which is a very beautiful place, tourist spot. You can go here. So I sent her a message, okay, extend from 2 days, make it 3 days. 1 day I will keep for tourist hopping around to go to places. And then you make new reservations for me after 3 nights. But trust me, the first day I sat there and time came to a standstill. Eventually, I'm telling you, for those 5 days, I did not go to any other city. I loved the place so much. And at the end of the day, at the end of 5 days, I've done a write-up, which I sent to AiR. I got self-realization. I feel I'm awakened. And this is a reason why, no matter what, I'm coming to this retreat. Even I can make it just for 1 day. I'm not able to make it for both days. I still will come, because I realized everything that we are learning here during those 5 days with time to myself. I realized a lot. It's easy, as AiR just said a few minutes ago to one of the other participants, that it's easy to just say I'm not the mind, body, and ego. That is knowing, but practicing it is a totally different thing.
So how
And
did you
that
practice it? What did you do to practice it? I'm just sorry to
practicing
or
is
it happened on its own.
it's realization.
Like
It's when
apne
you,
aap hi bolna mechanically, and then that's the difference I'm trying to understand. Like
yeah,
what
that's
you
what, yeah. But it's not anything that you do. When you sit by yourself in peace, alone, without any disturbance in nature, you will realize it yourself. You don't need to do anything.
Mhm.
And that 5 days being by yourself made me learn so much that I'm amazed. I've listened to many lectures from many different saints, and I respect all of them highly. But I must say that I've started joining this Zoom call only since last 3 months. And
Okay.
in this last 3 months, I've changed a lot. Last night, I was coming back after my golf game, and a friend was dropping me back home. And we got into this conversation about, he told me, I do this puja, I do this puja, and this puja. And it was a long drive. We were coming from China back to Hong Kong. So it was a good over an hour drive. And we got into spiritual discussion, and I shared with him my experience with AiR. And last night, I gave him some, podcast links, and he listened to it. And today he came back to me. He said, Gary, I'm really amazed. I really am surprised. It's an eye opener. And I recommended him to join the Zoom call. I'm sure he will. I don't know whether he's joined today or not, but he will. Some of my other friends have joined over the last few days as well. They came, joined, and they discussed with me. In short, I just want to summarize what I'm saying. Being alone without the disturbance of the outer world, without people nagging at you, without your phone calls, without your emails, you will realize your inner self.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Thank you.
That's very inspiring.
Very, very well said. So Venkat, Govind is quite new, like he said, just a few months. But Govind came from He came all the way from Hong Kong, especially to meet me in Bangalore. He met me, then he went on his retreat, and I didn't do anything. What is my job is just to guide. I am not doing. There's no magic I'm doing. Right?
So I will also plan something. I will coming to India in Feb or something. I would like to do something like that. I'm going to tell my family 6-7 दिन मुझे दे दो with. I won't even touch my phone. Nothing. I just want to try. I want to do this.
Yeah, and when you do that, be in a conquest mode, conquest of your inner self. Yeah, switch off. Switch off. Don't read newspapers.
Nothing.
No. I'm just saying, like Govind, when he said, okay, I'll go here. He went to Switzerland. In Switzerland, you can go to the 20 mountains, but the place I asked him to be in is a place that you feel like you're in heaven. You're actually like in heaven. And since he could go, everybody is not lucky to go. That was the place I went with my Guruji for the last retreat when my Guru was 99 years old. I took my Guru Dada Vaswani to this place, same place where Govind Mehtani went. We went for a
I think this was really very inspiring for me. Thank you, both of you. So I would definitely going to put this in my plan very soon.
Thank you. If there anything more, you let us know. Anand,
sure.
Thank you, Venkat. I hope the audience, everybody on the Zoom felt good to share, because Govind Mehtani's personal experience, how just switching off for a few days got him that awakening, whatever awakening he has experienced with it. How much of it has begun, how much he has started now down the slope, what all he has realized. Of course, he is coming to the Pune retreat. So we will talk to him in Pune. He is coming again all the way from Hong Kong to meet us in Pune. Anand V. Thank you, Govind.
Yeah, Shivam Guruji. So I think just continuing Surendra's question, I wanted to ask, what is the relationship between enlightenment, self-realization, and God realization?
What do you understand by the word enlightenment?
No, I used to feel that, all those three are same, but I think you said that self-realization.
Anand, you are a master now. So I'm asking you, don't answer out of consciousness. I'm again repeating to you, what is the meaning of enlightenment? According to you, what is enlightenment?
Means the light within turns.
Correct. Bring in light in. Bring in light in. Bring in light in. Right? The word, I am not telling, the word is telling. So when you bring in light, what is it doing? Whenever you bring in light, what happens?
I mean, all the ignorance, darkness goes away.
The darkness goes. Darkness is nothing but ignorance. You can see. You could not see before. You bring in light. You can see. What do you see, Anand? What do you see when you bring in the light?
Maybe we see SIP all around.
No. First you see self-realization.
Self-realization. Okay.
You see the self. What is the self, Anand? What is the real self?
The soul, right?
Exactly.
The
So
spark of unique life.
when you have enlightenment, the moment there is enlightenment, there is self-realization. The moment there is self-realization, you start the journey towards God realization. Making sense? Is it practically making sense? See, I don't want you all to mug anything. I want you all to understand it from, even if I'm dead and gone, you should be able to say enlightenment, self-realization, God realization. You should be able to understand the words.
So then enlightenment is also a journey kind of a thing, right? So you realize, and then from there you keep progressing towards God realization also. So it's not
actually it's a spark. Like Govind said, he awakened. Now Govind said awakened is just one step probably before enlightened. Awakened means, the light, the spark, the main light has come on. Track, one big light has come on. Boom, like that. So Govind went there, and Govind was sitting for 5 days, and Dumal, one light came on. Then the light becomes brighter and brighter and brighter. You know, Anand, the best example of this, how the light becomes brighter and brighter, can I give you?
Please.
For those of you who wake up to watch a sunrise.
Sunrise.
When the sun comes up, you can look at the ball. It's such a nice orangish ball. Awakened. Then the sun goes up and up, it becomes bright. You can't look into the eyes. Enlightened. Same sun. Same sun goes from awakening to enlightening. How it becomes brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Some people don't understand the logic. कैसा होता है? ये कैसा हो सकता है? नहीं, ये कैसा हो सकता है? ऐसा हो सकता है? ऐसा ही. Anand, next.
Thank you.
Thank you. After Anand, Rekha. And again, we have Surinder and Govind Mehta.
Shivoham here.
Shivam, Rekha.
I have two questions. One is about Dada and your connection. Like, how did you become so close to Dada? Because first you didn't want to meet him. And then when you met him...
I think it was the grace of God.
Okay.
I think it was my bhakti. Bhakti mein hai wo shakti. So I was praying to Shiva, praying to Shiva, praying to Shiva. And one of the things Dada liked about me was my bhakti. One of the reasons he picked me, he chose me. Actually, he chose me. He called me. He pulled me towards him.
And
Sometimes
then
the guru is drawing you. You feel a magnetic pull. Then if you don't go to the guru, then it's your loss. But if you feel a pull from the guru and you go to the guru, the spiritual master can draw you. But if you are caught somewhere else, if you are tied somewhere else, how can you go to the spiritual master?
And then obviously it was your choice to go.
Yeah, but he drew me and I flew to him. I dissolved into him and the rest was magic.
And the other question is, even missing somebody is attachment?
If that missing is stealing your consciousness, it is.
Okay.
For example, I used to tell somebody, मेरे चित में और ख्याल में तुम ही हो, एक पल भी ऐसा नहीं जिसमें तुम नहीं हो. Then what happens?
Yeah.
हर पल तुम्हारी याद, हर सांस में तुम हो, हर दिल की धड़कन में तुम ही हो. So unless if that is for a person who is a bone and skin, a body, then it's not good. But if that is for it's sip. If that love is for sip, it's beautiful.
Yes.
If you're missing sip, it's beautiful. If you're clinging to a worldly person, it's very bad. Very bad.
Yes.
Done?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Surinder and Govind Mehtani.
Shivam,
Sir.
my question is related to yesterday's discussion, wherein you had mentioned love all, but you also mentioned that you need to discriminate. You cannot love all, love all equally.
I didn't.
Love
You
all.
can't.
You cannot love all equally, but you can.
You don't.
If you can just elaborate on that.
Yeah. So, loving all means you love everybody as SIP. That is clear. You love everybody as SIP. But suppose you have a beloved. Suppose you have a beloved who is appearing as a stronger power of SIP to you. Obviously, that's called Prema Yoga. Prema Yoga is you love 1%, 2%, 3% too much, intensely. That intense love is not the same as everybody, but it is an overflowing of the same love, the same quality of love. The same waters of the fountain are flowing. So there is no harm in having a higher intensity of love for somebody. You can have a very high intensity of love for somebody. That's perfectly okay. Are you getting my point, or is still not so clear? Let me explain to you. Suppose you are, who lives in your house, Surinder? You have who lives in your house? Unmute Surinder, please. Who lives in your house, Surinder?
My wife and children.
So you have to love your wife a lot.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you have to go and love your. Doesn't mean you have to go and love your neighbor's wife also. Same like that.
Sure.
So because she is your wife, now the point is that does not mean that you love your wife and you hate the neighbor's wife. You have to love all. You love your children. But there was a man who asked me, how can I love my children and love other people's children? You know what I told him? I told him, every time you go to buy for your children, what do you buy? He said, yesterday I bought a shoe. I asked him, how many shoes you want? He said, one. I said, if you love everybody, you buy two shoes. One shoe you give your son and one shoe you give some boy on the road. Practically, I'm telling you practically how to experience love all.
Okay.
But it's not, Surinder, if you're not able to understand, it's not
difficult,
don't blame yourself. This is why enlightenment is a light which glows brighter and brighter and brighter. So you're getting there. Don't be impatient. Don't be worried about it. Okay, Surinder,
okay.
You want to ask something
and my
else?
second question is, I wanted to also ask whether a guru discriminates between disciples. Is it fine, or is it how it is?
A guru never discriminates between disciples. But a guru's love for disciples will depend on the disciples' love for the guru.
He pulled you said, right? Magnetic pull was there, so he must have chosen you.
Yeah, because he saw that I was more capable of becoming enlightened or awakened, or he saw me and my love for Shiva is so much. Other people's love may not have been so much for the divine.
So discrimination can be possible, right?
Discrimination. He doesn't. There's no partiality, but he chooses the people who are more capable. Every guru will choose the people who are more capable.
Okay, got it.
But he will be good to all.
So love all is loving all, but he can choose a particular disciple who is more awakened or more
who's more seeking, more passionate towards God.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
My second question is basically, how do you identify whether a person is enlightened?
You're not been attending the classes. We have got a book and we did a session. The spiritual initiation and self-certification. So you have to have self-certification. Then you are already finished initiation. You're already on the journey. You're on this call every other day. So you have to do self-certification. Please write to me. I'll give you the details of. I finished writing the book or no? I finished writing the book.
Sir, my question is, how do you identify the other person is basically enlightened or no when you're
You
talking?
don't need to do, you have no business to identify.
Okay.
You only have to identify whether your guru is or not.
Okay. Okay.
And if your guru is able to take you from gu to ru, from darkness to light, if your guru is able to answer your questions, if your guru is talking sense to you and is a man of awakening, if you think so, then you have found the right guru. Otherwise, please find somebody else.
Got it. Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Govind Mehta. Is Govind there?
Yes, hi.
Yes, Govind.
So I just wanted to add one more comment to the question, what would a person do for 8 days on his own, right? And where I mentioned on the second day, I was planning to cut short the trip. On the third day, I was planning to go for a tourist attraction. Eventually, all 5 days, I ended up going nowhere, sitting on that terrace and loving it so much that when I was leaving, I was feeling sad. I was feeling, when will I come back again? And I did a write down, and that write down, I read it every day. Every night before sleeping, I read and I relive that experience.
Yeah.
I felt the connection, being by myself and being in that nature. I felt the connection with SIP. Saying SIP is easy, but experiencing SIP is a different ball game. Right?
No, Dada been there. I told you, Dada Vaswani was in that same terrace in 2017, September.
Wow.
And he passed away in 2018.
Wow. So I'm so blessed to be there. I'm telling you, AiR, I would not want to leave that suite. I had some connection there. Spending 5 days there, I felt is not enough. And I'm already planning when next to go. I wanted to discuss with you this. But point is, I had the connection with SIP, and I realized the self-realization that we talk about so much in all these calls. I experienced it there.
Very good, very good. So good. I'm hoping you can share more in Pune when you come. Please, a few minutes you can share. So you see, everybody. Thank you, Govind. Everybody is not blessed to reach a destination like this. And this is one such destination. Sometime if any of you wants to go, it's not easy to. Everybody is not lucky and blessed to go to Switzerland, but this is a beautiful place up in the mountains in Switzerland. And the reason it is so beautiful is because, unlike the problem, if I go to Kashmir, there are 100 ghodawalas and shawlwalas who are trying to sell a horse ride and a ghoda ride to me. So this place in Switzerland is really like a heaven. So if anybody wants to go sometime in life, or sometime we make a group and we go together to spend 1 week or 10 days. Let us see whether that's possible or not. Thank you, Anand again. Anand, Will, Gopal, Shiva, Nitai, Rumataji. 6 more people. I hope we keep it locked up to here.
Shivam Guruji, I think for the Surendra's question, I had one example between the guru and the disciple. So they say that the guru is like an ocean, right? It is the same thing that is available. But the disciple, if he just goes with a spoon, maybe he can only bring out that much amount of water. If he goes with a bucket, he can take out more. So that is the patrata part of it that really decides how much you get from the guru.
Beautiful. Yes, well said. And the best thing to do, I say the best thing to do is not take a bucket or even take a tank. The best thing to do is fix a hose pipe. Fix a hose pipe and can leave it permanently there. So the energy of the guru is flowing to you all the time. How many people can do that? How many people can fix a pipe and be ever connected all the time?
So Guruji, one more thing. I needed your quick feedback on the other assignment that you had given me. So maybe offline you can just give me a minute.
Yeah, but you're going to do that in Pune, right?
Yeah, but I sent you the initial thing. I was waiting for your inputs to see if I'm doing it on the right track or not.
So I'll get to talk to you in a day or so. I'll get to talk to you. I have to speak to Anand regarding the retreat. Very important. You make note. Done. We have made note. We won't miss it. Part of the agenda for the retreat to talk to Anand is also going to make a small presentation. Will and Gopal.
I think what I'll do, I'll write this separately to you on a WhatsApp message, but I would like to ask you about my old issue. I feel I've harmed some people, so I want to ask you.
You have not harmed. I have told you before, you can write to me. But this is your mind telling you that you have harmed. Tell your mind to shut up. Tell your mind, I am the divine soul. I am incapable of harming. I
Yes,
am
sir.
not harmed, and I will not harm. And if you, stupid mind, have harmed somebody through telling my body to do something, that is the problem of you, stupid mind and body. I disassociate with you.
Yes, sir. Very good. Thank you, sir.
I hope you remember what I'm saying. Tell your
Yes.
stupid mind, tell mind, you stupid, stop it, you stupid. I disassociate. I
Yes.
don't know who you are. Tell your mind, you stupid, stop it. This is what you must tell your mind.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gopal.
I bow on to Sip, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, my one query is there, sir. So we are on the path actually, progressing. Some progress is there, but what I want to know, sir, suppose a person who is on the path is maybe some day comes when he's suffering from some terminal diseases. So in that case, should he spend and go for the treatment, very high cost treatment expenditure in the big hospitals, or just remain in the home doing bhajan kirtan and come in consciousness and suffer the pain? What is your view on this, sir?
No, I don't understand you. When somebody is not well, terminal
Somebody
illness.
is terminally ill. So suppose
Yeah,
his liver failed or kidney failed. Okay.
yeah.
One option is there. He go to some treatment and lot of money expend.
Of course,
And
he has to go. Of course, he has to go for the treatment.
or,
Wherever that.
or remain in the home in the consciousness doing bhajan kirtan and suffer the pain.
No. He has to go because he has to try to still extend his life, and he should try to use the time in realizing God.
You give him
In-
all the medication is required.
You must not stop medication. You must respect your body, and you must do the highest effort possible to take care of your body.
According to capacity, whatever is
Yeah,
accepted.
Suppose you can't afford it, you do whatever you can afford, but you cannot ignore your cancer or your kidney disease or your lung disease or your heart disease. You cannot say, I'm going to the house and doing bhajan kirtan. No, God does not tell you that you should just do bhajan kirtan. God says that you have to take care of your body and your life properly.
So second question is, sir, the importance of living master, guru, is very important on this path.
Yeah.
And we generally catch hold of some scriptures and old gurus, and that is not helping us. Because the living masters wants to kick our ego and say something which transform our personality or things we progress on the path. So I mean, what I say, reading and sticking to old masters and their teachings impede in our progress. Is this true, sir?
See, if there's an old master, like for example, you're listening to somebody like Adi Shankara, who is a very enlightened master, or Buddha,
Yes.
listening to them is okay, but that is not a guru. That cannot be called a guru.
Because he
That
is not
is
able
only
to guide. He will take my present situation.
he
Somebody
cannot
required. Yes.
he cannot answer your question. No, he cannot clear your doubt.
Okay. Yes, sir. So
It is-
living master is an essential thing on this path.
a dead master is like a printed map.
Okay.
A living master is like a GPS.
So it is a must, one of the most important thing.
Yeah, dead master is like a map. The map is there. You have to find your way. But the living master will tell you,
yes,
after 100 meters, take left turn, then take U-turn, then take right turn. The map will not tell you.
Oh, yes, yes. And third question is, sir, regarding what you are talking is because they going to some exotic places and self-realization. Suppose in local situation, we arrange in our family. We say that you give me 1 and 2 days and arrange something like this and be in silence, whatever saying, not reading newspaper and living in silence in the home. It will be useful.
At least 4 or 5 days. One
At a
day and
stretch.
2 days. 1 day, 2 days doesn't help.
Oh.
One day, 2 days. First day is good. Second day you start. Third day you come back, you cannot finish.
suppose in the consent of my family members, we
Yeah.
arrange something like this.
Yes, but you can do it. You can do it locally, somewhere up, somewhere silent in the mountain, or in the village, or in the near the beach, or somewhere shack. When don't go to Goa shack where they are selling rum and whiskey.
In the okay, that's
No,
possible.
no. I'm telling you what I'm saying. If you go up, for example, you go near Shimla, you go
Okay.
you go near Dehradun, you go near Uti, Kodaikanal, anywhere you go up in the mountain, take a small room and be there for 4 days. Be disconnected from the world. It will make a tremendous impact.
And sir, in the discussion in the earlier, discussing what is to be done. My understanding is to remain unoccupied. Is this true? In those days, as much not doing anything, not seeing TV, sitting silently, not reading newspaper.
In which days? In those retreat days, you're saying?
Yes, essential formula is to remain unoccupied.
To be in consciousness.
Yes.
And to be in consciousness and to contemplate, who am I? Why am I here?
And the concept of sheep and God we should not bring in
no,
our
that will come automatically. Your first step is self-realization.
Okay.
The question is, why did Gopal come to this world? Who is Gopal? What will happen to Gopal? When I die, what will happen to Gopal? Where will I go? You can contemplate for hours, then you will get the spark.
Contemplate or just sitting silently doing nothing?
Sitting in silence is contemplating.
Not thinking in the mind level, just sitting and observing what is happening.
Sitting and observing this, sitting and reading a scripture, sitting and reading a particular thought, not sitting and looking at the sky and looking at the birds. That's not enough.
Oh, then we have to read also the scripture.
No, you have to ask questions. More than read, you have to ask questions. Who am I?
Yes, question.
You have to remove no mind, no toxic thoughts of the mind.
Self-inquiry,
self-inquiry. Correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
But self-inquiry in complete consciousness.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Siva, Nitai, Rumataji. 3 more questions. We are locking it.
Yeah.
Locking.
Shivam Guruji. I have 2 questions. I'm not very clear about that. You said love and seeing SIP. Love is possible because there is no expectation at all. So I can love anyone and everyone. But seeing SIP is by listening every day, see SIP in all. So I love SIP in all. So we are doing that, but are we really feeling the presence? I don't know, but I see SIP, but love is possible because no expectation. So can you please...
No, are you telling me it is difficult to see SIP in all or difficult to love SIP in all? What are you telling me?
Yes, that is because of love is possible. That is what I am saying. Seeing SIP is it is difficult. But
how can you
love all is possible.
How can you love? How can you love SIP in all unless you see SIP in all? That means you are loving all, but you're not loving the SIP in all.
Okay.
You have to love SIP in all. Okay. You have to see SIP in all. First you have to see. Siva, it's like this. Why will you love all? If you love all, you must be either a person can either love all, either he's a mad person.
If there is no expectation, whoever comes,
but why should?
Anything, I don't want anything from anyone.
No, normally we are not supposed to love all. We are only supposed to love our near and dear ones. Only you are supposed to love your family, your society, your friends, your neighbors.
But one can go beyond that also, no?
Only when you realize. When you realize that SIP is in everybody, when you see SIP in all, then you can serve SIP in all, then you can love SIP in all. If you are not able to see SIP in all, it's impossible. Impossible to love all.
Okay.
Impossible.
Is it? Okay, but I don't... Okay, anyway.
I'll tell you somebody. I'll tell you something. Suppose you don't see SIP in all. And your dhobi comes. And your dhobi comes, laundry man comes. Madam, तुम्हारा 4 silk साड़ी, तुम्हारा शादी का 7 साड़ी ना, वो जल गया, madam. See, you love him without having seen sip in on. You will straight away tell him, pagal, mad fellow, idiot, rubbish, nonsense, useless, careless, nonsense, rubbish fellow. Immediately you will get angry. But if you see Prabhu in that man,
but if I want nothing from anyone, even that it is not possible.
no. Even if you want nothing, see, if you want nothing, Siva, suppose you want nothing, fine. One man comes and takes hot cup of coffee and puts on your head. You want nothing from him. He put hot coffee on your head. What are you going to do? Thank you, sir. Please put one more cup of coffee, sir. Gandhi.
Okay.
Very difficult. I'm giving you a crazy example. I'm giving you a crazy example. Don't take it literally.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, if somebody harms us or somebody hurts us, it is only possible to digest it if we see sip in all. If we don't see sip in them, you can't digest it. It's not humanly possible.
Okay. So another question is, you said go beyond body and mind to have soul to soul connection. That is again without realization. How is that possible?
Not possible.
Yeah.
Not possible.
But same way, even sip is also not possible without realization, right? Or is it possible without realization?
What sip? What is not possible about sip?
Seeing sip in all.
Okay, no, you can. No, you have. No, you may have the knowledge. In this Zoom call, everybody has the knowledge.
Yes.
But not everybody has got the realization.
Yeah.
Maybe 50% has got the realization of sip in all. They may not have got full enlightenment, but they got realization. There is sip in all.
Okay. Right.
See, that's why today you'll understand. That's why ask AiR is very important. Because you're only asking question on Sunday. You should ask question on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Ask questions every day to clear your doubts.
Yeah. Okay. So one more question can I ask?
Ask.
Okay. So if a person is always in a negative mode only, so how can we deal with that person? Either you keep away from him, or is there any other way to?
So one is, of course, to first of all don't be influenced by what that person is saying. If that person is saying something negative, ignore it. If that person is behaving negatively, stay a little bit away. But understand that that person also has got sip inside.
Yeah.
These 3 combinations will work. Realizing they have sip inside, and then being patient with that person. That's the way to deal with it.
Okay.
Rumataji and Nitai. Thank you. Rumataji and Nitai. Yes.
Pranam Guruji, Shivoham.
Boliye Mataji.
Guruji, today in the evening, my friend's husband expired. And then you realize more that we have to go. Why we forget? When we know 100% we all have to go, then why we forget? Not remember always.
That's why these incidents like your friend's husband passing away is like a bell ringing. Ding, 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 ding. The whistle is going to blow. Ramataji, the whistle is going to blow.
Yes, Guruji, but daily.
We all have to go. We all have to go. But we have to understand the show. Ramataji got blanked out. Nitai wants to say something? Nitai last.
Oh, Pranam Guruji. I just wanted a quick question. A few days back, you mentioned that, okay, I haven't seen movies in a long time. Do you think these days that there is with Netflix and blah, 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 everything, we do spend time watching movies? Is watching movies something detrimental in our spiritual journey?
Actually, I don't watch movie because I think it's a waste of time. Nothing else. If there's a good movie, suppose you tell me there's a beautiful movie. That day somebody told me some spiritual movie some 2 years back or some 3 years back or 4 years back. I watched. But honestly, movies are commercial movies. Movies are not made for like a documentary. Suppose you want to watch a documentary. You want to watch a documentary on aliens. You want to watch a documentary on the stars. You want to watch a documentary on sea life. I'm not saying you should watch nothing, but watching some bakwas nite, some nonsense, some garbage, something that is in inciting your senses, inciting the passion inside you. क्या मिलेगा उससे?
No, I do feel that some movies leaves an impression in my
Yeah,
mind.
you can watch a movie if you have the free time. You can watch. I don't have the free time. I think it's a waste of time. I don't watch.
But somebody who is in spiritual journey, for them, is it sometimes mostly not just a waste of time? It's actually detrimental.
It's detrimental if you're habitual of watching a movie every day. If you're watching a movie every day, or for some people are watching 2 movies a day, some people will stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, watch a movie. Then how do you get up in the morning to start your day? So it all depends upon individual cases. Some people are watching good movies. Some people are watching toxic movies. What type of quality of movie you're watching? Some people are watching movie with friends who are third rate, who are bad company, who are talking bullshit. Then with whom you're watching, where you're watching, what you're watching, all this matters.
Okay.
And you must use your intelligence to discriminate. रुमाता जी आप कुछ बोल रहे थे और कुछ रुमाता जी
बताइए. I could not hear your answer.
नहीं रुमाता जी, this world is a show, सबको जाना है. जिसको आना है जाना, जो भी आता है उसको जाना, जानना प्रभु से हमको एक हो जाना. जो जाता है उस समय में हमें याद करना है रुमाता जी, क्या कि संसार से अगर मिल गया सब कुछ तो क्या मिला?
बिल्कुल गुरुजी.
वो जो गया ना रुमाता जी, आज जो गया ना, क्या लेके गया रुमाता जी? गाड़ी लिया?
कुछ नहीं.
बीबी लिया?
Nothing.
अपना शरीर भी छोड़ के गया. तो my dear friends, before the death whistle can blow, wake up and realize the truth about this show. With folded hands, I bow down to you.